Welcome back to All That Matters with Matirio Matters. This is what matters to me and what matters to them. So let's get to the next question. If it should matter to you.
And if it don't matter to you, maybe it'll matter to someone else.
Right. So here, this one is specifically for Nick.
Okay.
Oh, we already raised. I'm looking at you like,
it was me. You know who it was.
It says if you could have one night with anyone in the room besides Troy, who would it be?
It's a strange question. It's a strange question. If I could have one night with anyone in the room besides Troy, who would it be?
That's a trouble.
Is this sexual or like? Okay, I'm just gonna answer the question for what it is.
It doesn't have to be sexual.
I mean, who would it be? Huh?
What's that better not be?
Shut up. I think it would be I'll say Erica Badu because I really like that's just one of my, no, Jasmine Sullivan because I love Jasmine Sullivan.
It said anybody in the room. They not in the room.
Oh, in this room. I thought they meant if I could have anybody in a room with me, period. But you know,
Let's
It
repeat the
says,
question.
yeah.
this room.
It says, Nick, if you could have one night with anyone in this room, who would
this
it,
room.
it says the room, I guess. Who would it be?
See how
That means the room that
Yeah,
not the general room somewhere on the planet Earth.
whatever. I would say Jermaine. Because I haven't really talked to him like that. Like, really got to know him. So, I mean, it would just be between y'all two. I talked to him, so I don't really need to.
I'm off on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Saturdays is good for me.
We'll make it happen. We'll be locked
We got the
in.
pencil us in now. We got all our schedules.
Do we have any more specific?
Specific.
Specific.
Who is this girl at work who keeps saying Pacific so loud?
Okay.
He did that this morning. He was talking
Okay,
and I'm like, what?
okay. At what age did you first masturbate?
11.
Okay.
7.
That's off the top.
7?
I was really actually early in the game.
I think I was like 13.
I don't know how old I was.
I think I was 13.
I was still in middle. I think I probably had I would say 12, because I think I had just hit puberty, so that's when my dick finally started getting hard. So I think that's kind of happened from there.
Yeah, I think the same age. I was in middle school, like 6th or 7th grade. I wouldn't know I was in 7th grade.
Just big old in the room.
How old were you?
7.
7? Did you know what you were doing? How did you do it? Did you go from side to side or like this?
Actually,
Or is it a little bit around?
No, actually I used to,
Vibrator?
I never told anybody this.
So they can hear you on the camera.
I never told anybody this. Oh my God, Joanne don't look. She don't see it. I used a catalog at JCPenney's.
Nice. So you rolled it up?
No, she's looking at pictures
I was
of
opening
me.
it and I
Oh.
went to the men's underwear section.
Oh my
Put it between my
gosh.
legs.
They used to have
You put it between
good
your
men's
legs?
sections in those
Corner
places.
of the book. And just looked at it. That's so.
Did you, Okay.
At 7?
At 7. I don't
She
know.
developed everything.
I did. I had a fixation with
JCPenney, no. JCPenney's had the good catalogs.
Oh my
The
God.
thick ones.
Oh my God, it was
The
huge.
men's
It was
section was
huge.
excellent back in the day.
Alright.
Yeah.
Is it okay to have a celebrity crush? I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I think so.
Or multiple.
Yeah.
These questions suck. No, I'm just playing.
The box.
Alright,
Do we have someone to complete that? Perhaps.
pick it up.
You know what?
Hello, baby. Please sit down somewhere.
Alright. Someone you met and been speaking with for weeks You really like this person, then you realize they don't believe in God. Is it a deal breaker for you?
Any God? Like they don't have a religion?
Yeah.
Like an atheist.
Yes.
No.
No.
It's not a deal breaker.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to say that's a deal breaker, but I feel like you should believe in something. If not believing in anything, is believing in something.
Well, what would that something be? If it's not a higher power?
Well, it's kind of, with atheists, my opinion with atheists is like, you're so like hell-bent that God is not real. Why are you so fixated on convincing me that he's not real when I'm not trying to convince you that he is?
Well, where y'all having a conversation? Is this a conversation that y'all having that they trying to convince you?
I have that conversation like that with
Okay.
people.
Because I've met a few atheists, and they don't try to convince anybody. They just you know, if it come up somehow or whatever, I don't believe in God, and it's left at that.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like that's how it should be. Your beliefs, mine are mine.
Right.
The one that I was talking to, on the other hand, was kind of like trying to convince me that, you know, God is not real and all this other conspiracy stuff. I was like, okay. But for me, that one was a deal breaker. But I don't know. You know?
It's gotta be difficult though. I mean, to not believe in God, that means that you don't have any respect or any conscience of right or wrong, and that's a dangerous.
Do you really think that's what it is? I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
mean,
so.
you know the right and wrong with God. You know what's.
But I don't think that because you don't believe in God that you don't know right from wrong.
You don't have to answer to anybody. You don't have no fear of anything. You just do.
People go
whatever
around
you
every
wanna
day
do.
that believe in
You
God
do
that don't
whatever.
have any. No.
Well, I mean, but
I'm saying atheists.
they do,
No.
like what you said, I think that they do have to answer to something. And they know at some point in their life they have to answer to the things they've done with whatever their religion is. They know that at the end of their life they're going to meet God. And I know with Christianity, like you stand before the throne of God and he replays your whole life or whatever and stuff like that. So it's like at some point you'll have to answer for these things. So it's like kind of do watch what you say or watch how you treat people and stuff like that. But if you had no religion, period, it's just kind of like.
So wait a minute. So are you
Whatever.
saying that if you don't believe in God, you're just this evil person? Because I don't
No,
know.
You're
I'm
not
not saying
evil,
that.
but you don't feel no kind of way. You don't feel bad for
I
whatever
think you do.
decision.
I don't think that's true.
I don't
Everyone is
think so.
born with feelings.
Yeah.
And now what you
And the moral
believe as far as how you were created, the reason why it rains, the reason why I think that, and I think that's what for some people what God is. I'm not a religious person. You know, I don't feel like I need to be at someone's church. I don't feel like I need to have someone telling me something from the pew. Is it the pew? The church
It's
is
the pew.
the choir is in the pew, right?
No, it's their.
Oh, it's all the pew.
Yeah.
Oh, the pews. Yeah, I don't feel like I need that. But you know, I do feel like I feel like there's a being. I feel like there's some type of spirit that does move the earth. You know, and I think that someone that doesn't believe in a God necessarily, you know, and from I kind of get this from some of the shows that I watch. I'm kind of telling me to pull it back. I don't want to block his good side.
He's wanted you closer to
Angles are very.
Yeah, it's a very important. Like I watch a lot of science channel. I'm a little bit on the nerdy side, and a lot of those people don't believe in God. Pure science, seeing is believing. Even though I'm not that extreme with it, but it needs to be explained, and there's some other reason. The reason that we have an Earth is because a sun exploded, particles came together, and we were just, the particles formed together in the right place, in the right time that formed Earth. That's what they believe. They don't believe that there was a God. And they have their facts and things to prove it. Now those same people, from what I've seen, they're good people, they give to charities, they do a lot of outreach, they do good things. They do have consciences. Now how they believe, but what they believe how things came to be is what makes the difference.
I can see that. I don't want to say like that I don't think that they have like a moral compass or a consciousness or no right from wrong. I'm not trying to say that. But it's just kind of like if you don't, for me it's like if you don't believe in anything, then it's like what what do you believe happens after this? Like, you know, or even if you don't believe like anything happens, you just kind of float around or whatever. But it's like, you know, what?
And some people just believe like there's
But
nothing.
there are religions that believe that when you die, you're dead, and there's nothing else to it.
But I'm thinking like, too, I mean, not even the afterlife or that. I'm thinking before, where do you think we came from then? We just came up from matter?
Atoms, particles.
So let's go back to, so is it a deal breaker? Because we could talk about this all day, honestly.
Yes, we could,
No.
but no.
Is it, so no for you,
No,
it's no for you,
Every situation, I'm indifferent.
indifferent.
Iffy.
I think I'm kind of
More so.
different also
Yeah.
with it. I'm not really sure about that. You're not, I came up with the question. I don't even, I couldn't even think of it myself like,
That was a really good question.
yes. All right. Your partner befriends a person that you know is a hoe, and you have a problem with their friendship because you slept with them too,
Oh.
but you never told your partner.
That's a mess. That's a mess, and you being messy.
I had a situation like that, not where not dating friends.
Mess.
So he knows somebody who I've had sex with, and I didn't. When we met, I didn't know that they were friends. And so I was like, I just saw them acquaintances. I saw them talking on Facebook, and I was like, oh my god. I had a one night stand with this person. It was horrible, and oh my god. So like the next time I talked to him, I was like, oh my god, I need to talk to you. Like, are you really friends with this person? This is gonna be really awkward. But no, they're not friends. But that's why I had a similar situation. But I would probably tell if he did do that. I'd probably tell him like, yeah, I'm not comfortable with that. Especially if I know there's gonna be a
So, one question about the question. So, like the couple both have sex with this person?
No, just one.
Just one?
Just one of
Okay.
them. But the other one befriended the person. Like it's a new friend for them. But your partner knows that this person is a hoe, has been around, and your partner your partner tells you that they a hoe. I don't really care for y'all being cool like that or whatever. But secretly, in the back of your partner's head is that he slept with him too. So he was one of his constituents.
I would be uneasy, but it's kind of situational because like people change, people go through phases. People. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, people change. People go through phases. We are sexual beings, so
Right.
I believe what you do in the past is what you've done. But just depends on like my new friend.
It's almost like your partner have a problem with you being friends with them because you know that they're a hoe. You don't slept with this person, but you try to keep it a secret. But it's almost like you're belittling that person for sleeping around, knowing that you did it with them too.
See, I don't think that's right.
No.
It's not right.
That's double standard.
Yeah.
You should at least come out and tell them the reason why I'm not comfortable is because I slept with them too.
Not because he's out.
Not because he's out.
You don't want to be associated with that.
Right. Because I mean, if it ever come out, then I'm be looking at you like, so you the real hoe.
Hey.
You the hoe.
Judgmental.
Right.
Right.
But then it'd be interesting if that person, the hoe, actually tells the person, their new friend, like, I slept with your man
Mm-hmm.
or your woman.
See, that's messy.
Messy.
It is
messy, and then
It is.
like just distance. I need space.
I feel like it's messy, but I still think that it's necessary, or can be necessary, because it's kind of like, well, maybe not, because like who you sleep with is who you sleep with. It's not really anybody else's business, but if it ever did get awkward, I would want an explanation as to why it's so awkward whenever you get around my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Like what's really going on? What really happened?
Like that video, and the two girls, they was in the store like, and they was laughing.
It's about
Versatile styles, and they was laughing.
You said these two girls, I'm not thinking like,
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking of the video itself.
was there ever a point in your relationship where you just wanted to just let it go? And this don't have to be a current relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Not in my current.
no longer in those relationships.
Kind of let it
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
We ain't reached that point yet.
But y'all still in the honeymoon phase.
We getting out of it.
Yeah, we like slowly getting out of the honeymoon.
Y'all fighting.
It's friction.
We talking about, you know, different things, or getting into more serious stuff that we
Yeah.
kind of like, okay, is this really what we're gonna keep, or, you know, what we gonna do with this?
I actually do have a question about honeymoon phase. It's like, because I know like in the beginning it's all lovey-dovey, then like once you start getting out, it's all these different things and scenario issues coming or whatever. If you could shorten the honeymoon phase in a relationship when you get involved with someone, what would you shorten it to? Because I would say initially it's about the honeymoon phase is at the most 2 months, 3 months. So if you could shorten it, what would you shorten it to?
I wouldn't shorten it. I think
I
2 months,
would
3 months is short.
You want to stitch it?
I think the honeymoon stage is at least 6 months.
Really?
I've never had no short.
I think it depends on the relationship with people.
I depends on once you start having
Changes
sex. When you have that, I think maybe like once you have that second time y'all have sex, that's when that honeymoon phase fade out. Like I got him the first time. He liked it enough to come back for a second time, so I can start being myself.
I can start letting my hair down.
Maybe because like I'm really like new to sex.
Mhm.
I don't really think like that. That's not related to that.
Can't count on one hand how many times you had sex.
With different people, with one person.
Period.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about
Both
front and back.
Both hands.
Because you say
No,
you're
I
so
like-
into sex.
I was like
Yeah.
thinking like I'm counting like as I'm looking at my fingers, but both hands.
Mm.
With
Then
two
you
people.
you stay home with your parents.
Yeah.
Right? Have you ever lived on your own?
Not yet. But
Not yet.
I'm
Do
close.
you think that if you ever lived on your own, would you have had more experience?
No.
Sexual-wise? You think it'd be the same?
Mm-hmm. Because I've had plenty of opportunities.
What? Are y'all confused with this?
No, I'm just thinking like I had all of my sex at home when I was a teenager.
Everybody's household is different.
Exactly.
No, I mean, my family's very Christian, but I still have a lot of sex in my house. But if I had my own apartment and I was single, I would probably be a thought.
Yeah. I probably had more like drunk. But I probably would have got popped a little earlier.
Yeah.
I was gonna blame it on alcohol.
No, I don't blame it on alcohol.
I
I
don't.
just,
I don't blame it on it either.
I just, you know, sometimes you just be hot and you be hot and ready, 5:30.
He's comparing his sexual relationships to a hot and ready piece.
I mean,
You like pizza.
I do.
I was telling you, I said my father's really strict on us, so I had more of the sex when I moved out.
But it was a lot of y'all. So I mean, was
Yeah,
there
they
even?
were all gone by the time I was home.
Oh really? I was gonna say, cause was there
Yeah,
even
I'm going
opportunity for it?
Yeah, I mean, I had it with the 7-year relationship there, but that's just one. I didn't,
While living at home?
while living at home, no, it was one. Him.
Okay.
And then when I moved out, that's when I was.
How do you think, relationship, how do you think that people view your relationship, in your opinion? Do you get mixed reviews? Do you get the same thing?
View the relationship in general.
Your like you're Troy together.
I
How do you
get nothing.
think the
but-
outside world view your relationship?
Well, I couldn't even try to care what like the outside world thinks, but I
I know you don't care. But that
about
when we
what
put
my
political.
friends and my family think.
Oh,
And
no.
I do value like everyone's opinion that I hold dear to me, and everyone that whose opinion I value personally, I've got nothing but
I
positive.
don't care about what you value. I want to know, how do you think that the world view your relationship?
How do I think?
I know the political political correct
can't give
answers
you
and
an
stuff like that,
answer.
but we're not doing that.
Right. I think that people, at least I want to think they enjoy our relationship. I guess they think that we're cute together.
Mhm.
From what I've heard, at least, but they think that we're cute together. Yeah, just they think that we're cute together. What about y'all?
We got
I'll let you Frank answer.
People like us because we a lot of times interact like two friends. You know how sometimes you get with your friends and y'all read each other, and you know, you don't take it for nothing, but you can go to filth with your friend and sometimes not even get it, you know, upset about it.
Mhm.
And we have that banter with each other. You know, when people aren't around, when people aren't around. So I think people like that about us. People also think that we are uppity, and that we think that we're better.
That's crazy.
That was live, and I'm like,
I will
where
say
do you
before-
get that from?
Before I met y'all, before I ever came to your house and stuff like that, I did think that, not that y'all were necessarily like uppity, but that it was kind of like, yeah, kind of like bougie in a sense. And then when I came over for like the game night and I saw you just chilling around with your beater on and had like a hole in it, I was like, oh, they down to earth.
So why you telling everybody my beaters have holes in it? Get off my house and my neighborhood.
And you know what? It's funny when he said that because it's like certain people actually when they come around us, they come around us and they treat us as if we are bougie. So they try to act bougie too, and it turns us off.
Cause we're like, why
Why they acting like that? They might get all like this and like that. So like,
They wouldn't say, oh, I've done this and blah blah blah. It's like, okay, cute girl, but that's impressive.
No, not at all.
And I don't. Why though?
Really? Just had this.
That's the air that just came.
No, it wasn't. I don't know. Cause I didn't really have a conversation with y'all or anything like that. So it was kind of like, I don't know if I want to say from like pictures I saw or something. It was just kind of like, since I didn't really know y'all or whatever, I never really had like a deep conversation with y'all, really interacted with y'all until like I think Sweet Speak. That's when I was like, okay, they not really like that. Sweet Speak was like really my first impression of y'all. Because at the park it was just kind of like we met, but I don't think that was like it. It was just.
And then we
this
talked
is-
sex though.
Well, but that
Sweet
was
Speak.
that was like right before Sweet Speak though.
Was
It
it?
wasn't, because that's the only reason why I got your
Oh,
number.
right,
Because
right.
you wanted me to come to Sweet Speak.
Yeah, when we were at the park, like we were having like small conversations about what was happening, but wow. Yeah, it's always funny when people say that because I'm like, where do you
get it from?
Yeah, because I'm like,
Not like that.
I was never raised that way, and a lot of times I don't even like telling people where I live because I don't want people to get that impression automatically. People like, oh, where you live? Oh, I'm just east of downtown. I say that anyway because I don't play the east side, but I'm just east of downtown because I don't like because. In most cases, you can tell someone, oh, well, this is where I live, and then they automatically get this impression because, oh, well, you live here, or, you know, you have this or you have that, so you must be this way.
I just first
Yeah, I never get a say because
Well, you
not part of a couple here.
I value your opinion.
You could.
Thank you.
I have some questions specifically for you. Did I say that
I
correctly?
was joining
You need
in
to
on
zoom
this.
in.
Okay.
Zoom in.
Yeah.
But we
First time I
will
saw-
take a long time on like each question though.
First
Which
time I
is
saw
fine.
Jermaine, he was stacking mosquitoes off his legs. And I offered him some.
Where was this?
That's at Devon's. What is it called? Because me and him,
Oh, at his open house.
open
I
house.
thought you met him before then.
I don't recall meeting him before
I
that.
thought you did.
I just knew of him.
Oh,
Exactly who he
okay.
was.
I knew of you too.
Yeah. Here, no,
Okay.
there. And then him,
Uh-huh.
the first memory of him, he came out of Diane's. It's so crazy. He did this. I gotta show y'all this. It's just funny, and I'm like, I know that's my friend right there. He came out and was like rubbing his nipples.
I did.
Yeah, and he said, "It smell like weed out here." Somebody was just finished smoking weed.
I was rubbing my nipples. I
That's
gotta
it.
do that
He
time.
did. He came out and he was like, "It smells like weed out here." And I was like,
I didn't know who she was.
never thought bougie.
Until she asked you. I mean,
Never, yeah,
she
I
be
saw her
fine.
first. But I never thought bougie of y'all.
so people think that.
In my relationships, I don't have one. At the time, my mother really doesn't like that, and my father like want me to get married, but he was talking at the same time.
I know.
He broke
I broke the rule.
Yeah.
I did. That's why I
And he talks so low, so I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I like really interested in what he has to say. Not that I'm not interested in what you had to say, but I was interested in what Troy had to say. Because it's like, I don't know, it's like when Troy opens his mouth, I really want to know what he has to say for some reason.
As opposed to when I don't want to hear what I'm
It's just so like mysterious
Well,
to me.
Jack,
You know? That's but it's like,
Thank you.
I want to know what Troy has to say.
I've talked to him. He's flat, basically. She's not that interested.
Anyway, all right.
Oh, shades of gray.
Okay. What are the 3 things about your partner that you are jealous of? Wow.
I'm jealous of how such a great poet he is. Like, he just has.
And he speaks louder too.
Yeah, he does. You're right. But you just have such an awesome artistry. I love your artistry. So I'm jealous of your artistry. Someone else go. I'll come back with my two.
Okay.
I'm jealous of his, I guess, in a sense, because there's a lot of inner workings with it, but how open he can be with his family, or how open his family is with just like stuff in general. Because my family, like, I never had the sex talk with my family or anything like that with my parents. And his family is kind of like the exact opposite of mine. How we were raised, we're kind of like opposites from each other. He was raised in a very, like a freer environment, as I was raised in a more conservative type of environment. So I kind of am jealous of that. Like, I wish I had that dynamic with my mom, or with, more so with my mom, where I could be open and she, kick it with my boyfriends like I kick it with, his mom, stuff like that.
And in a way, I'm jealous of that, because I'm jealous that you had such structure that I didn't have. And a lot of times in my life, I needed structure, but I just couldn't get it from my household. So that's 2. I'll think of 3. Anybody?
Jermaine? Well, I go. You can think. The 3 things that I'm jealous of with Jermaine is I am jealous of his skin tone. I love the darkness. The other thing that I'm jealous of Jermaine, I love your dark skin. Absolutely love it. The other thing that
The other day, he was like, dang, your neck black? I'm like,
can I finish?
go ahead.
Yeah, let's get later and later.
Sorry.
You're breaking
Broken
rules.
the rule.
The other thing that I'm jealous of is how he's able to express himself with people. Me, I kind of stumble a little bit over my words or whatever. I'm jealous of that. And then the same thing too, as far as like the family wise though. He is really, really close with his family, sort of kind of. His relationship with his brothers and or whatever. I don't have brothers. So I'm like kind of jealous of that in a sense too. So that's my answer.
We have an interesting dynamic with my family because everyone's open and you can talk. So even though you don't and I've been meaning to call my oldest brother for forever, but like he and I haven't talked in a couple of weeks, but we'll talk, and it's just like we talked 2 days ago or 2 days ago before that. Like it's really regular.
So give us your 3.
I'm jealous. I hate to say it out loud. I'm jealous of your looks because you're so cute, and everyone likes Matirio. To catch that one. To keep for the camera, everybody likes Matirio. I think the other thing that I'm jealous of. I'm not really jealous of that, or do I just like it? I was gonna say your calves, but I like legs, so I can't say I'm jealous of it because I like to look at them. I want them for myself, but I like to look at them more so I can see them. Let's see, what else is there? I think I'm jealous of your. I think I would say the intuitive thing because I don't have that, and I wish sometimes that I was a little bit more intuitive, as far as just getting that vibe from people sometimes, or just that sense about situations that sometimes that I don't have. So I am just jealous of that.
That was 3.
Was that 3? Well, I don't know about the calves. That's in question.
Yeah, okay.
But we'll let it be because I don't know if I can pick one.
Trey, did you think of the third one?
Jealous.
If you don't have 3, that's fine.
I would say I'm not jealous, but because I can't think of something that I'm jealous of. But I do want to say that I do like how secure and connected with God he is, like his faith. I like that.
Okay. Good question. Good answers. Good answers.
And I'm gonna chime in because nobody asked me again.
Because it was.
I feel like I'm a minority here.
But I have some questions
I feel like
specifically
that.
for you. I do.
I don't want the specific. I want the general. I want to be in everything, every question.
Are you gonna chime in or no?
I'm about to. So I got an invisible boyfriend. Okay, I'm single now.
Okay.
But my invisible boyfriend, what I am jealous about him is his invisibility. You know what I'm saying? He can just be anywhere. And just, in the moment.
Girl.
I am jealous of that shit because I can't do it. No matter what.
What's the
And
second
then
one?
2, I am jealous of him that his confidence is just amazing because I can be anybody. He don't show out on me. Okay, he don't do any of that. He don't
What's your
make
third
a
one?
mess of my third one. Rushing. He's patient with me.
Because you don't understand. I have so many questions.
Okay, but
I do. I really do. And I do have some that none of them can answer, but only you.
I mean,
What is your biggest fear with your relationship?
Why not try to speak up first, not let him answer? My biggest fear with my relationship probably would just be that it fails.
That it fails?
Same, pretty much. I don't know. With a relationship, relationships are just so scary for me personally because I really don't know. Like, a part of me wants to say because, like, my parents' relationship didn't last, but I don't know. I just feel like that's not very true. I don't know. Maybe I feared commitment, but I'm just more afraid of trying, like giving my all into something and not, collecting the fruits of my labor. That's all.
Jermaine?
I think that I would go with the general consensus. I think that I would say that it would be that it would fail. I don't foresee that happening, but I mean, I guess that would be a fear.
Yeah. I think that's generally all around. Alicia?
my
Like
fear
invisible
with my
relationship.
invisible relationship is not that it'll fail, but it continues.
Alright, now here's a question. Be completely honest. In bed, what is the one thing that you feel your partner can improve on?
Approve?
Improve.
Improve.
Yes. Meaning sex-wise. For a date who likes to be
His battery life, maybe?
His battery
Yeah,
life,
his battery
Nick?
life. Plug in, that's just, I'm wild though.
I would say, without being just nasty,
Just be nasty.
without being just nasty, probably be more softer, maybe.
Wow.
See, you can take that in many ways.
I know.
You can take that in many ways.
But I think I get it.
I take it one way.
What does that mean?
I think that his partner's a bit rough. Yeah,
That's what I take it as.
Like he wants it like.
You never know.
Okay, sure, what's your answer?
So,
That he could be a little bit harder.
At first, we have that under control. But I don't know. At the moment, I'm pretty much satisfied.
Okay.
I'm satisfied at the moment.
You're so political. I want the dirt. This is Candy Coated Nights. No, I'm just joking.
Come on, get right. But
There's always something that could be improved.
okay. I guess there's one thing. Yep. Nope. It's gone. You have it. Sorry. I'll ask you.
Or did you lie to yourself?
Your answer?
You made that.
I don't think there's anything. No, I can't think of anything.
Nothing at all?
No, because you do what I tell you to do.
Oh.
Well, not that way.
Yeah.
But I'm more of I like a lot more of the foreplay beforehand. So I'm heavily into like the making out, like the kissing and all that other type of stuff. So we've had the conversation before, so you do that for me. So
I know. One thing that we did talk about, you know, as far as like things that we need to improve on, we needed to improve on our kissing because he has a different technique of kissing than I have, or whatever. And sometimes it feels like we're a little bit off. You know, you remember we had this conversation before.
that was like how many years ago?
It doesn't matter how many years ago it was. It's just something that is still something. I'm not saying it happens now. I'm just saying that was one of the things that we talked about that needed improvement at the time. But it took a while before we actually opened up and said it. We didn't say it immediately. You know, it's like
I think we said it while having sex. We have those conversations while we're having sex.
I think that's important.
we've had. Okay. Stop breaking the rules.
You don't think it works?
Yes.
He broke 3, so.
Oh, okay, perfect.
The first one to break his rule,
You sure was.
but he the host, so I needed to say.
Right.
What is something that your partner don't know about you that you can be brave enough to share today?
That's really hard because I try to be like as honest as possible. Like I'll rather like shove something in your face if I think that you might have a problem with it, rather than you finding out about it or like us being conflicted.
I can see that for you. I can see that.
But
Yeah,
that would
the
apply, but
conversation.
that would still apply to not even something major, right? That would apply to even things that you just do personally. That may not even, would that apply for things like that? Like remember, I had the hardest, and I still don't like it when I shave, because I shave. Don't come in the bathroom while I'm shaving. This is my private time.
I'm with that.
You know,
I'm with
so- and
that.
it took-
I would be the same. way.
Yeah, and we had to have that conversation like, no. You can come in here at any other time, but when the door is closed, because we comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
When the door is closed, you knock first.
No, just enter.
You don't just enter. So I mean, so would it apply to things like that, like the things that you just do for your own self that may not necessarily even affect the person? Hello?
The question was, what is something that your partner don't know about you that you could be brave enough to share today? I knew that about you.
No, I'm saying like would it apply to situations like that? Like say that we were in a new relationship and I'm just always clean shaven, you know, but I don't tell you that that's what I do. Like I'm like, oh, I'm just natural like this. But in secret,
because I know I get that little sticky in my face sometimes. With that hair be growing.
what I'm saying, like with stuff like that would apply to just anything.
I mean, that's your answer. If you can't think of anything, that's fine.
I'm asking.
With me, I don't know, cause I try to, like he said, you know, just kind of like shove it all out there, like, yeah, this is that. If you can deal with it, cool. If you can't, well then I know you can't deal with it. But I can't think of anything, cause most stuff that I would consider like secrets or touchy stuff, I've told them.
I have something.
Say it quickly.
Depending on what boxers I wear, am turned on by myself. These are so hot on me. And I get a little turned on by myself.
Do you have one?
That's new, because he didn't know that.
This answer is my answer, so you can just give me.
Well, for me, this is so crazy. For me, it's like the thing about me that my partner don't know about that I can be brave enough to share today is that I do have insecurities, and if I see someone that, or if we meet someone, or if I see someone that may be like very good looking or something like that, and I know that Jermaine's gonna be attracted to him, I instantly don't like that person. What?
How do you know I'm gonna be attracted to?
Because
You and I have different tastes.
Jermaine, you're breaking rules. You're breaking rules. We're not gonna do that. The reason why I feel that way, because it's like ain't no probably to it, because I'm attracted to him. So I know that you're gonna be attracted to him. So therefore it throws an insecurity into me.
I understand that.
That's just a yes.
But we don't like the same type of people.
We don't, but I feel like if I'm attracted to him, I know Jermaine's gonna be attracted to him. So therefore, I don't like this person. Or whatever. I mean, that's so crazy. That's so
But
crazy.
I understand it, because I think I'm the same way. Or I think one thing I never told him, if I know that maybe he's had a history with somebody, I'm more prone not to like that person. He probably already knew that, but I'm more prone not to like that person.
Mm. Yeah, I can see that. I feel that way. And so yeah, I feel that way too.
He was like, oh, I don't like them. I don't know them. I don't like them.
You know what? I would say this. It would depends on how they broke up. Like if it was a situation where it's like, you know, he was wrong doing something or whatever, then I instantly just don't like him. I don't care how long ago it was or whatever.
I don't care if you did it for 2 weeks. I don't like them.
Dang.
Y'all had something. There was something there.
I don't know you. I don't like you.
This is a quick question. Could y'all ever be with anybody that's in the closet?
Wait,
No.
what?
Could you ever be in a relationship with someone that's in
Oh,
the
fuck
closet?
no. That's stupid.
Okay, so no. Okay, so this is a fun question. If you could give your mate a superpower, what would it be and why?
Okay, so I would. Clearly, I thought about this. Get a third copy. Okay. So my powers for you would be. I always do multiples. It would be revitalization, and it would be for those of us who are familiar with the community. It would be the powers of. I forgot his name. Are you familiar with comic books? What's his name? He's an X-Men, and his body is half metal, and he can fix and make anything.
Forge.
He would have those two powers.
You're good.
I'd have the image, and I couldn't think of it. Yep, those are the two powers that I would have for you.
Okay, Troy.
He's Native American.
He's Native American.
Well,
That's not going to.
Mm-hmm. But I want you to be able to see the future.
Okay. I want you to be able to fly and to be able to move things around. But not just because I want you to take me places that I want to travel.
No, I changed mine. I want you to teleport. I know.
But
I
you
agree.
are-
So you go from cat to deer world.
I want you.
I didn't see it.
He
Yeah,
invisible.
he's been here. He's got that.
What's his power?
Huh?
What's his power?
Read my mind when I tell him to go away. You know I really want him to stay. I want you to read my mind.
What do you think is the best? Huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
you-
didn't answer.
Oh, I didn't answer? Oh, shit. Can I go back to it? What powers would I want to give Jermaine? Definitely not the power to read minds. Oh, I'd be in so much trouble. No, I'm just playing.
Slice of seriousness there.
You probably.
For me? You mad at you?
I will give you the power to fly.
Hey.
So I could be on time.
That's an awesome power.
Okay.
I would never drive.
Alright, so what do you think is the best rumor about you and what is the worst? The best rumor and the worst rumor about yourself. So you can answer that.
The best rumor about me is I'm creative.
Mm-hmm.
The worst was Crystal Renee.
Cool.
Crystal Amir Thomas when she said I was a bias. That's the worst for me.
No, not bi. What, but was it bisexual?
It was bias.
No, I think it was like straight up lesbian.
No. She said she thought I was bi. I would have really got an attitude if she said lesbian.
Oh, okay.
Bye, it's fine. She said, because I didn't know.
Mom.
Like, but I mean, when I meet people, I don't just assume their sexuality.
Gay,
Just
straight,
because-
gay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're human. And so I would just assume you're straight until I know otherwise. That's just automatic.
Okay, Dick.
I don't know. It hasn't been too many rumors about me. I'm a quiet person. I don't feel really spread rumors.
I'm a quiet person too, but one of the most I'm not ratchet. But one of the most irritating rumors that were about me was somebody said that like there was a picture of me sucking dick, and like they had me like with cum on my face or something.
Ooh.
And I was like, first of all, I wasn't even sexually active at all at the time. I didn't even start like actually having like a sexual life until I was like 16 or 17. I was like 14 at the time. I was like, it's a fucking lie.
I thought you had sex till you started 20.
But I didn't start like, dating and like
He didn't have penetration sex till he was 20.
I was not an oral virgin.
Okay.
So that picture may have been Googling.
Yours,
To
Jermaine?
me.
Oh, you got some more?
Oh, no, that was it.
Jermaine?
What was the question again?
What's the worst and best rumor about yourself?
Ooh. I guess what we talked about as far as the perception that people have of being like, bougie and uppity, which
Okay. What's the worst?
that's the worst.
Oh,
That's
this?
the worst. I think so.
No, okay.
You would imagine more?
No,
or
I just
different?
think you told us a story before. That seemed like a worse rumor than that.
Oh, wait, but that was so long ago about me sleeping with everybody in the house.
Yeah.
Bad. Yeah, no, you know what? No, that was bad.
I was thinking that too.
That was bad.
bad,
You know, it was so long ago and so stupid and ridiculous. Yeah, that was bad. That was
Okay, what's the
bad.
best? What's the best? Come on.
Because I got calls about that from several people.
Let's keep it going.
What's the best? I don't know. I guess I'm just nice.
Okay.
Yours?
Oh,
Yours.
the worst rumor that was about me, I feel, was that it was a rumor that I was like literally crazy, like for real crazy. Yeah. You think we're crazy? Whatever. And the best rumor about me, that one I don't even know. I don't know. What will be the best rumor about myself? I don't know.
I don't know, isn't that
Is that
hard to say?
yeah,
That you're
that's good.
conceited?
Huh?
That you're conceited?
Is that the best rumor about me that I'm conceited?
Yeah.
Okay, well we'll go with that one.
But like, if that's a rumor, then people are usually like, oh, he's conceited, not like, he's conceited.
He's conceited.
Look at you. Conceited.
What is the one thing your partner could say that would truly hurt your feelings?
He didn't really love me. That was but, oh, really, bitch? Okay.
That's our response.
He just lived
That's
in that
fine.
moment.
He
That was
did.
serious. That was his instant
That
response.
became a thing.
Now if I ever say anything close to that, I'm go, oh really, bitch? I'm just gonna say something now. I'll come back. Just let me give you something to think.
The worst thing. They would say.
That can hurt your feelings.
Hurt my feelings. That my ass was flat.
Really?
I don't want to ever hear that. Ever. I'm like, no, don't. I pray for don'ts.
Pray for
That would hurt
dogs.
my feelings.
Jermaine?
You gotta let me think.
Shit, I should have really thought about these questions when I, like had my own answers or something.
Perfect.
Right. don't love me.
That's gonna be the thing around this house.
Yeah, I think that would be. I think that is a good answer though. That you really didn't love me like all this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll go with that too.
Yeah, I think that's universal.
That's-
That's probably the most devastating thing. Is to just believe a lie for all of that time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is the one thing about your partner that you could possibly say that you probably would want to say because you know that it would give them the big head?
You got a big dick.
That's a good. That's a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get them big head.
I would say.
I believe in
I would say that Dre,
compliments.
you have dick
Oh, yeah.
sucker lips.
I
I
would
was just
say,
playing.
Once again, we'll revisit your life. Really? Yes.
What would you say? That would give your partner a big head. Y'all want to come back to that?
I have one. I know exactly what it would be. If I was if I started quoting stuff from him and start saying things like he starts saying things because he'll write something new and then you'll start hearing it a lot and everything. And if I started doing that, it would be
Oh, that would give me a big head. That's annoying as fuck.
no.
Yeah, it is.
Because he'd be like this. He'd be like, "Oh, you saying my stuff?
No, I
You really
wouldn't.
like it?"
No.
Yes, he would.
Because you've done that before, and it's not. I'm excited about it. It's annoying.
I don't know any of your stuff like that. When have I ever done that?
You like, oh, you saying that a lot, or something like that, whatever it is. Like, it's so annoying.
No. I feel like if I started saying some of your things and quoting some of your poems, that you would get a big head. Not me commenting about you always talking about your own stuff, but me starting to quote it the way you quote it. I think that would give you a big head. Cause you be all geeked that I know it.
Well, I'm start calling Dave's poem because his poem is way better than mine.
Thank you.
I mean, because if you want to be great, for real great.
See, so if I've been hearing that since he wrote the poem. So if I just started saying, because if you want to be great, for real great, it would inflate.
I barely got applause for that poem, so anyway, move it on.
It was dead that day.
It
was just dead.
Yeah.
I came back to the table and everybody was like, what's next?
The thing that I'll say to Troy is that he's one of the most attractive people that I've ever dated.
That is a compliment.
See? This is why I don't tell him stuff like that.
Ooh, Alicia, I got some stuff for you next.
Yay.
This is for Alicia. Okay. After being around gay people, what have you learned about relationships?
That is mostly the same thing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, it doesn't make a difference. Girl, boy, girl. So,
Are you looking at her invisible boyfriend?
No, no.
He went to go get some of me. Okay.
Why do you think you're single?
Because I don't play the game anymore.
You don't play the game no more. Are y'all talking while she's talking? That's so rude.
We weren't talking.
Whispering?
I didn't whisper. No vocal cords made no noise.
Did yours? Y'all just having a moment?
He just took my water.
Come back to me. Come back to me.
Okay. Alright, this is first alright. Okay. Oh shit. Oh. Have you ever been mistaken as gay? And if so, do you think that is possibly the reason why you're straightly single? Because people think that you're gay?
Every guy I answered this question like 15 times today. I don't know what people think. I really don't care what they think. I don't base what my reality is on what other people think.
I wonder if. Sorry.
Have you ever tried it?
I kissed a girl
And I liked it.
It's okay.
Was it tongue?
It was a little time.
How old were you?
How old am I? The first time.
Oh.
I
Really,
got
bitch?
like no. I got like molested.
Oh.
That's
Okay,
different.
that's
Can
different.
you kiss somebody while you molested?
When you young enough and they tell you to kiss them back, I guess you can.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
But
not the
the
same.
latest was maybe I'm 44 now, so it had to be like 3 years ago. I mean, it was, but I like to kiss, so any kiss would be a good kiss. But I kissed a girl and I liked it. But did I prefer it over
Did you
a
get
man's
wet?
kiss? No,
What?
no. It was an
You don't
experience.
stress me as a lesbian.
You what?
When I met you, I didn't think you were a lesbian.
I'm amazed at the people.
But
that,
that's what I was gonna say. I wonder if it's the naturalness, like the
Right, because
hair,
you like
and
to
then
celebrate Kwanzaa.
and
a
then
lot
the
of people
rings.
just
No, I don't get that.
say that I'm open,
Yeah,
And
that's
that's what I was gonna
and
say.
I
It's the
think they
openness
get
of
that
it.
twisted.
Yeah,
Hmm
I don't get that from you.
You don't get it?
All the time.
I
I think we just want to.
I'm not judgmental. I mean, I
just thought you were the type of person that was just kind of like free with their sexuality.
Yeah.
So you know, it's not.
yeah.
Not saying that you had any labels really.
Mhm.
Right.
But she just.
I would prefer that.
But you.
Do you think the involvement of men pushes women to become lesbians?
Some weak women. Yes.
You think that they're weak? Because
Yeah,
they,
because,
like,
I mean,
fuck these
I think
dudes, women
If you're
should be
born
like
like it, I mean, I used to think that. That's a crazy ass question because on one surface, I know you're born with it. You're born knowing. For the people that switch, I think it's fake.
Hmm.
I think it's a situation that caused you to do it, a scenario, a choice. When you're born with it, there's no choice. It's always relevant. It's always there. It's just a given.
Or a trend.
Or a trend. And there's a lot of trending going on now.
Yeah.
So
That's a lot.
how would you feel if you slept with a guy, you've been on for a while, person, you sleeping with him,
Mm-hmm.
and he turns out to be gay, and he
Mhm.
said, well, he needed to be sure
Mhm.
that he was gay, so that's why he slept with you, but he's gay.
I don't know how I would feel. I never had that scenario. But I mean, to each his own. I mean, I have my standards.
Would you feel used?
I mean, I could feel used by a straight guy.
That's true.
So it don't make a difference if that's his preference. That's his preference. What can I do but just wish him well, like the rest of them?
Would you still be friends with him?
Probably not.
Yeah, I would.
The fuck?
The fuck?
Right.
So here's another question. This is for everybody. Well, yeah, it could be for you too. What was the last argument that you guys had, and how did you guys get past it?
So, at what time was it yesterday?
Actually, it was
Morning.
today.
No, I'm sure it's after 12. So technically
yes.
Saturday morning. Technically Saturday morning. We had an argument because my facial expression was perceived as something else. And after I was questioned of what it meant and told him what it meant, I was then again told that it meant something else. So when I explained again that no, this is what it was meant, I was then told that it meant something else. Now, I didn't argue because I wasn't arguing. But there was a back and forth, and then later on we had a conversation like, okay, well, you know what, you can't take my face and say that this is what it means, because at one point in time, I may have had a similar or same face. But once I tell you the first and the second time that this is what it means, then you have to let that be.
So how we got over it was me letting go and trying to understand where he's coming from as far as this facial expression, because the thing was in the beginning is that this facial expression, from my perspective, it always like was a negative judgment. Like if I say like, oh Trey, you got a haircut, and he be like, I can't do the face, but it's like, like kind of like, like, you know, type thing or whatever. And that's what I took it as, you know. But he was like, no, he was like saying like, okay, and with the facial expressions, like, okay, what else are you doing too? It was because it was a list, I think, of something that it was about what we're doing today. So I had to let it go and understand that's what he meant, and then also he throws it back in my face like, you have the same problem because people always mistake your face for being something that your intentions or your thoughts are completely the opposite. So.
Well, that's not throwing it in your face, but that's me trying to get you to understand where I was coming from.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't really had like an argument like that yet.
Why don't you start showing?
I mean,
I'm just playing.
Jermaine, you have to let him answer you breaking the rules, dude. Seriously.
but I mean, we've had playful arguments or whatever, but none that I don't think none of like I haven't had anyone that I thought was serious.
What's a playful argument?
Play fighting, testing each other out and stuff
Yeah,
like
cause
that.
I'm a cusser. I cuss him out all the
So
time.
he'll call me a bitch and I hit him or something like that.
Is it a backhand?
So what's the biggest challenge? What's the biggest challenge in your relationship? I would say ours is communication.
I think we're fine. For me, I'm finding that out. Because like I think I'm in a place where I might think it's one thing, but it probably isn't. So I'm finding that out. Yeah, I'll let you know in like a month.
Wait,
Okay.
you said that you think is one thing?
Yeah, like
So
Perception.
what do you think that it is? They want candy coated nights, baby. They want candy
I
coated
really
nights.
have to think about it. Okay, you go first, and I'll just say something after you.
I think the biggest challenge in our relationship, is that what the question was? Biggest challenge? I guess like you said, we're finding it out. I don't really want to say just communication because I feel like we do have, good communication for the most part. What?
Well, so far, I think in our relationship, I think one of, our biggest issues, but it's really my own, is just openness. I'm very private naturally. And like I told him this, I really found out by being in a relationship and being with him and like caring so much about him. I'm more like, not disconnected, but I'm more guarded than I realized.
And I think that would
Yeah,
be.
and I think, and it's challenging for me. Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh my bad.
Oh, go ahead.
But I'm like not the opposite, but I'm more prone to be open in a relationship. And since he is more guarded, it's kind of like, okay, I understand, you're going to have your time. It's going to take a little while. So, but it's still kind of like, it's like he is open enough, but at the same time, it's like, okay, it's more to you than just what, right now that you're giving me. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that if I had to pick a thing, that's the thing.
That's so interesting that you both have said the opposite of how you both were raised. Because you're like, you're more guarded, but you grew up in a free environment, and you're like, well, mine was a little more conservative, and you're like, I'm so much more open.
But like with like my feelings and things like that, with the person that I'm with, I'm more open. As far as like, other people, I have to have a comfort level with you for me to be like that. Otherwise, I will be, to a certain extent guarded. But I am more prone just to let people in because that's just kind of how I am. So I'm more prone to show you really who I am up front. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you do, you do. But,
I just learned, like, you love with a guarded heart, and you just live your life with a guarded heart. And it's just, I've learned from experience and just from warning, so just like, armored up.
Has an ex ever? What's the question? Has an ex taught you something that you carry into your new relationship?
I can't think of specific things. But,
An ex taught me not to carry your baggage from the ex.
I believe an ex has taught me that you're supposed to go through things with each other.
Yeah.
Not
When you said that, I was thinking like go through their phone.
no,
No, go through things.
You go through
You go through
life.
your phone and then go to your sock drawer.
You go through life. There's no pauses to get yourself together. We go through it together, or we don't go through it at all.
I think it actually taught me that, like he said, to go through it, but to not be so easily to don't give up so easily. You know, give up so easily.
I like that.
What's that?
There are no pauses. You just go through it. I like that.
Yeah, I learned that. Because, for example, I was with someone, and my grandfather passed away, and he really the year he passed away was just fucking crazy, to say the least. It was just so much going on, and I was at a point where I lost myself, and through my grandfather's guidance, I found myself. But literally a month later, he was in the hospital. A couple weeks later, he was gone. So then it was I was back in my cloak and shadows. I was just back in that negative place. And I was with somebody who was great, and I everything was awesome. But when it happened, I was like, I can't. And yeah, that's how I went.
So without the obvious that y'all broke up, what would you thank the ex for specifically?
Trying to be there.
For the struggle.
Thanks for the struggle.
For the main way. For helping me. It helped form how I think about how I see things.
Okay. So for people in a relationship, what does a single life look like to you today?
Bad.
I mean, when you see your single friends, what do you see?
Struggle.
Yeah, struggle.
It's
And it's some of them, because some of them, and I would say that because you don't have a struggle.
It's a struggle, but it's not that bad.
And I think that you some people can't see some things. Some people like the drama and they like to go through it. So for you, I mean, I don't personally see that with you, but some of my friends, man, they're like, oof.
So Alicia, what does a relationship look like to you from single?
I mean, of course, I've been single. I haven't dated anybody or been with somebody seriously since my child's father. And that's been 13 years. Of course, I'm remembering all of the good things about a relationship. It looks good, but I know that fight. I know that the stages where y'all don't know about each other, or the fighting and the insecurities and all that stuff, that don't invite me in. I don't want no parts of that. So I appreciate my single life on that tip. I don't have drama in my life. I don't have to explain myself. I explain nothing. I can do whatever I want.
Okay.
No guilt.
Now this is another crazy question to me. It is. If you were your partner, this is a partner in your case. If you were your partner, what would be the thing that you would be insecure of? If you was Troy, what would you be insecure of?
About me or about myself?
About yourself, but you're Troy.
Dangerous question. I think I have to put my thinking cap on again. I'm not sure.
I know these questions are some of them are kind of twisted.
Yeah, but they're good though, because the twisting leads to true
Thought provoking.
Yeah. You go first. Yeah.
If I were you, would I be insecure about today? I'm proud of my hair.
What's wrong with you? And they definitely can see it since they're taller. Goodness.
You're so cute.
Huh?
It's cute. It's not.
Your hair actually reminds me of my granddad.
wait a minute.
So I like it.
It's him.
If he was me,
Gotcha.
what would
I
I
insecure about myself.
be
Okay.
insecure with
Okay.
about myself?
I would say my body.
Okay.
Well, I would say morning breath.
I would say it's shallowness.
Huh?
It's
It's shallowness.
So transparent.
So if you were him, he's shallow. Okay.
As deep as a puddle.
Deep as a puddle.
Okay, so Alicia, actually, because you didn't have a partner physically in the room, I picked a partner for you
You
to
did.
say, like, who would you feel, if you were them, what would you be secure of? And so I picked a person for you. They're not in the room, but I'm throwing the name out.
You probably.
He. And he might see this, bro. Why him though? I got such a problem, Johnny.
I had to find a person for you, so it was like, first person came to my mind was him.
Maybe you shouldn't have thrown the name out there.
Yeah. He's in his
We can edit that. We can edit that. No? No.
A friend of y'all
I tried.
friend. A friend of y'all friend.
A friend of our friend. Okay, so let's say,
Will you pick somebody?
He's not confident at all. He's
So I got.
with little people to make himself better.
That's not bad. He's an asshole.
Huh?
He's an asshole.
He's a fucking ass.
you don't know him.
He is. He talks about people. He doesn't have no qualms about who he hurts or the surrounding. He just
Well, to come to, okay, so to come to this, I hear you, not dismissing, but you know, I've spoken with this individual, and he's aware of it, and he's working on doing better. And it's something that he probably is aware of, but probably didn't realize that, you know, some things can be hurtful, and it can come off as, I don't know say if you want to say bullying, but it's, you know, whatever.
he says things that's mean. He's mean.
Okay, so have you ever been secretly flattered that your partner was jealous of the person you were dealing with, or just even a friend?
Kind
That was easy.
of. That was easy.
I need to think.
Huh?
Can I? I didn't want to just in the middle of people.
We'll continue.
Go ahead.
So Trey answered.
I don't know if he's been.
What's the question? Let me ask again. Have you ever been secretly flattered that your partner was jealous of a person you were dealing with, or even just a friend?
I don't think.
I'm sorry.
My brother,
I was gonna say, if I remember, I can't think of anything recent, but yeah, I think that I have been. Yeah, it's like, stop it.
I have to.
I don't know. He's never expressed if he has ever been like jealous or anything like that.
I don't really get jealous.
Only time I ever expressed that I was jealous is with the most recent situation with the military dude. Only because I was going, you know, I cut people. I have no problem cutting somebody.
Yeah, I know. I like to cut people. Okay, so here's another. Okay, so I know certain jobs you have to edit yourself in order to keep that job, but do you also edit yourself with your partner? Like, are you free to express, or do you sometimes be careful with what you're saying with your partner?
Both. I'm both. Just because that's how I am in general. I'm free to be able to say whatever I need to say, or however it kind of comes off. But at the same time, I do edit myself with certain things, just because I feel like if we were arguing or past relations, when I'm arguing with people, I try not to cuss when I'm arguing with somebody, just because it kind of just seems like it makes situations worse.
Yeah, change the dynamic too.
So
Or
in that,
cost my all day baby. because-
exactly.
Yeah.
In that aspect, I edit myself to where it's like I'm not doing that. But just in general, without that kind of dynamic, yeah, I can just say what I need to say. You can answer too.
Oh,
Thanks for giving it back.
what was the word? I do edit myself, and the reason why is because I have to. I edit myself because, one, I don't necessarily want to hurt your feelings, but the whole thing too with me is that, one thing about me is that I have the hardest time sometimes expressing myself to a person like right in front of the face. Like I could think about it, it can be rehearsed in my head, but when it actually comes out my mouth, it's like, they probably gonna take this a whole different way. You know what I'm saying? So, I just learned as I got older to like just really be careful with my words. So I guess that's a part of editing. So,
Well, I've been told like all my life that, you know, I can, like I have a way of words that can sometimes make people feel like I belittle them, or, you know, that I'm trying to hurt you through articulation. So I do try to be a little blunt, but at the same time, I do edit it because I don't want to come off that way. I really try not to come off that way.
And I'm the same way with him in that aspect. Like, we haven't got to that point yet with each other, but I know if we do, it's kind of gonna be like tit for tat probably, or we kind of be like
I hate
like
tit
that.
for
Not necessarily tit for tat, but if he gonna try to like articulate to try to belittle me, I can do the same exact thing, and I do the same exact thing. So we'll just be going head to head. It's nothing.
And we're both good at it, so it won't.
So it's like it's
nowhere.
nothing.
So y'all, in other words, y'all sort of read each other.
That's probably what it'll turn into, basically, in the most educated kind of way.
Y'all be more big words.
Right. No, but that's really what, like, probably really what would happen though. Like, I'll get real calm, and I'll explain myself very articulate, and it's just gonna frustrate the mess out of you. And I'm gonna sit back and like, well, I'm not. It's not like we're really arguing. I'm not yelling at you.
And the people
Why you
who
so
like
mad?
actually know you, it pisses them off the most because they know that you're like probably seething, but they know that's how you deal with it.
Alicia, hurry back. I got questions that you need to be involved in.
Who won't be so mad at me?
It's my pussy.
She's crazy.
What about you?
I do. I always edit myself. And for me, it's a constant. I don't not edit myself. In the instances like if we're having a heated argument, and I don't say this a lot, but it gets me to the point where I do cuss, because generally I don't cuss. I may say ass all day, I don't consider it a cuss word, damn either. But when I cuss, like F-bombs are happening, you know, things like that. With that exception for me, it's a constant. It's not that I necessarily even have to think about it. For me, it just comes very naturally. And whatever I'm getting from you, then naturally I just alter, and then I deal with you according to what you're giving me.
Alicia,
It's natural for me to do that.
you what?
Her sneaking.
You stink.
Sneaking. Trying to tiptoe up the stairs.
No, I didn't see the front door open.
She expected company.
Right. I guess we'll take a small break.
Sure.
Now, if any of you sons of bitches got anything else to say, now's the fucking time! I didn't think so.